Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. The Wolverines get the first down.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He fires one deep over the middle. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He'll try to take it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Touch pass on the run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he coughs it up inside the 20. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. And they get him out of bounds, but not before a sizable pickup on that one.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so the running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Gets it out quickly. Touchdown LSU! And the stomping has commenced.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Purdue is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Bob Greasy, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Ball State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Now on 2nd and short after that pickup. He's looking to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Marshall. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
This is a designed run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The ground game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Here we go. Motion from the offense. They want to run this quarterback. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The RPO, it's complete. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, LSU 49, Michigan 24.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll ride the hot hand. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, really win a lot more football games. So I think if you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
Can't get him to the ground. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. A little screen to the running back. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week one, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. And the Wolverines want to move quickly.
And, man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Balls and fired complete. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Going for it all. He makes a grab. Touchdown, LSU! And the beatdown has ensued. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
63, Michigan, 24.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Trying to get to him. No fear from this freshman quarterback as he picks up the first down himself.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Quarterback extends the play. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, though.
And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous party gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He gets it in there for the 2, and they'll chop a couple off that lead. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
They'll try the run. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
I'm loving this offense mixing the toss plays in their game plan. And what these tosses are going to do, it's going to set up a play action opportunity where they can fake the toss and try to take a shot downfield.
We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.